You know, when you talk about rivalries in Australian sport, there are very few with more history, more feeling, and more pure hatred than this one. So today, we're diving headfirst into the oldest feud in rugby league, the round 2 blockbuster between the Sydney Roosters and the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
And that phrase, the Book of Feuds, that's not just some cool nickname. It's a real legacy. These are two foundation clubs that have been going at it for territory and bragging rights since way back in 1908. Every single game adds another page to that story. And believe me, this Friday night is shaping up to be an absolute classic.
All right, so what's on the line right now in this game? Well, for the Roosters, it's all about one thing, bouncing back. They had a rough start in round 1, and they need to turn it around fast. But for the Rabbitohs, it's all about building that early momentum. They're looking to start their season 2-0, which is something they've only done once since 2019. So you've got two totally different things driving these teams.
Okay, but look, this isn't just about the two team jerseys clashing. This game is absolutely packed with massive individual stories. And that's where the real drama is, right? You've got legacies, you've got huge milestones on the line. So let's take a look at the key guys who have a personal mission to accomplish here.
Okay, so I want you to look at this number. Just 2. It doesn't look like much, does it? But in the context of this game, this number is monumental. Any ideas what it could possibly be?
Well, this is huge. Rabbitohs winger Alex Johnston is literally on the verge of making history. If he scores 1 try, he ties Ken Irvine's legendary all-time record. If he scores 2, he's all alone at the very top. Now, can you even imagine breaking that record against your biggest rivals at their place? The script couldn't be written any better.
But hold on, because on the other side of the ball, you've got a superstar with a totally different story. Daly Cherry-Evans. Well, his first game for the Roosters wasn't exactly what he or anyone was hoping for. He is going to be absolutely desperate to put his stamp on this team, and there is no bigger stage to do that than this one.
And believe it or not, the personal milestones just keep on coming. Here's another big number, this time for the home side, 200.
Yup, Roosters back rower Angus Crichton is hitting the 200-game mark. I mean, 200 games. That is a massive, massive achievement for any player. It just adds another layer of emotion for the Roosters. You can bet they'll be fired up to get the win for him on his big night.
All right, so we've got the individual stories, the drama. Now let's talk about the teams. How do they actually stack up against each other? Where are the key matchups going to be? It's time for the tale of the tape.
So when you look at the key playmakers, the spine, this is where it gets really interesting. On paper, the Roosters seem to have a big advantage in the halves, with the proven partnership of Daly Cherry-Evans and Sam Walker. And you compare that to the Rabbitohs, who are working with a brand new combo of Cody Walker and Jaden Sullivan. You better believe that connection is going to be tested.
So, what are the Roosters doing? Well, they're making some key moves. Rob Toya is back from injury in the centers, which is a big plus, and they're shuffling the forward pack, starting Sua Wong and Egan Butcher. To me, that sends a clear message. They want to be more physical and really own the middle of the field right from the start.
Now for South, it's a bit of a different story. Their hands have kind of been forced by injury. The huge one is losing their halfback Ashton Ward to an ankle injury. That puts an incredible amount of pressure on Jaden Sullivan to step in and steer the ship with Cody Walker. It's a massive, massive test for that young guy.
Okay, enough with the lineups for a second. Let's do a quick fire round of stats. Because sometimes, the numbers tell you everything you need to know. These are the stats that really matter going into Friday night.
And this first one, wow, it tells a pretty clear story. The Roosters have just owned this matchup lately. They've won 5 of the last 6 games between these two. That is a huge mental advantage to have in your back pocket heading into a game like this. And if you're the Rabbitohs, this next stat should have you a little worried. We're talking about winger Daniel Tupou. The guy is just on fire at home. 9 tries in his last 6 games at Allianz Stadium. He loves playing on that field, and you know they're going to be looking for him.
But wait, it's not all one-sided. The Rabbitohs have a weapon of their own in their young fullback, Jye Gray. He just has a knack for scoring against the Roosters. He's got 3 tries in his 3 games against them. This kid clearly doesn't care who he's playing against. He's not intimidated at all.
So what does this all boil down to? You've got history on the line for one guy, you've got redemption for another, you've got a huge milestone celebration, and you have the crushing weight of a rivalry that's over 100 years old pressing down on every single player. All of these stories are about to smash into each other.
So really, it all comes down to one question, doesn't it?
Is this chapter going to be all about Alex Johnston, the guy who becomes immortal, or is the story going to be about his greatest rivals, the Sydney Roosters, the team that stands in his way, determined to ruin the party and write a chapter of their very own? Well, Friday night, we find out.